Hello everybody, this is Yoko's Anime Reactions, and my blind reaction to RWBY Volume 6, Episode 3 will start in 3, 2, 1. I'll get 2 episodes of RWBY, and then I'll get an episode of Jujutsu Kaisen going. And then I think I'll edit some stuff.
Stay close, move fast. The darkness cannot last. No hope, no path. But we got a dream to catch, and we cannot wait. Trust the way we're made. The sparrow's born to fly. The mountain tower. The river knows to reach the sea. Rain will help the flowers be. We're the same, you and me. Lightning doesn't take advice from anyone. The wheel of times it needs to learn to stay. A sun sees day. We'll find our way, and we'll get the dream together someday soon. Rising like the
Okay, let's see. We're getting the
Locked
explanation.
away by her cruel father, Salem was a girl who desired but one thing: freedom.
Of course.
She lived in a time when kings and their kingdoms were plentiful, when men and women were capable of greatness, and magic was a gift from the gods that all could wield. And yet there she sat within her tower. Until one day, a legendary hero came to brave the challenges within the tower's walls. The people of the lands knew him as Ozma.
Nope, can't see you.
Unlike those who had come before, this warrior was not driven by the prize of the young maiden's hand. He thought only for righteousness, and his pure heart and courageous soul prevailed. They escaped the wretched fortress. And yet, something bound them together. Ozma had been ready to give his life for justice countless times, but now saw a woman worth saving it for. And Salem, to her surprise, found her freedom not in the outside world she had yearned for, but in the eyes of the man that had saved her.
So they ended up
Where
together.
should we go now?
Wherever you'd like.
The two fell deeply in love, planned adventures around the world, and lived happily ever after. Or at
Not
least,
really.
that's what should have been. Ozma, the infallible hero of legend, fell ill. And where all of the beasts and blades of the world had fallen short, a single sickness prevailed.
Oh, that sucks.
How could the gods let this happen?
The gods, brothers of light and darkness, creation and destruction. Salem prayed they would see the injustice that had befallen her love and make things right. The domain of light was a sacred place. It was here the elder brother dwelled beside his fountain of life and creation. It was here where mankind would fall to ruin.
And of course, he can walk over. Of course, he's a god. What do you expect?
Please. Please bring him back to me.
I understand your pain, but you demand of me that which I cannot make so. Life and death are part of a delicate balance.
So, you won't do it then?
He can't do it. He just said he
To
can't.
disrupt the cycle of...
That's not fair.
Life isn't fair, lady. Life isn't fair.
Let him rest.
He's been through enough in life.
No.
I'm guessing she's gonna go to the other one.
The god of darkness. None dared to enter his home, as men knew what monstrosities emerged from his blackened pools of annihilation.
Okay, so we see what kind of happens.
And
I
so
had
you
an
must
idea.
understand the Dark Lord's surprise when he found a lone woman kneeling before him.
That's freaky. Stop doing that.
Salem understood it well. She told him of her loss.
Okay,
and
so
professed
the-
that she knew
this
only
guy
he
controls the
could
grid.
answer her prayers, all while careful to make no mention of his elder.
Rise, child, and let your faith in me be rewarded.
Where am I? What is this? Where am I?
Okay. Everything's going to be okay.
Not good.
What have you done?
I have done what I please, brother. You may bask in the powers of creation, but you do not own them.
This is not creation.
Do not lecture me.
Oh boy, here we go. You two might want to get out of the way. I don't think this is gonna go
I
well.
will do what I must to maintain order.
Again.
No!
She lost him again.
What did you do? Bring him back!
You dare enter my domain and show such disrespect!
Ozma!
I am abiding by the rules we agreed upon.
And I
Rules that
think
now
this is where
see
this whole thing
forever
comes
in
to a
your
head. Hang on.
favor. And yet the thing immortal comes to pray at my feet before your own, so do you arise to lay your judgment upon me.
Hang on.
I know we have.
I think I have an idea of what happens. I was thinking that they keep he sends him back, and he keeps bringing him back, so it kind of messes, and every time he dies, he reincarnates because of this. That's what I'm kind of thinking it is. I could be completely wrong, though. So my phone was going off, and I was wondering what the heck it was. Just notifications catching up, because my nephew was using my phone. Let's continue.
Our differences, but I have not come here with the aim to control you. The same, however, cannot be said for her. This woman came to you only after I denied her pleas. Pleas that would have disrupted the balance that you and I created. Together.
Okay.
Then it seems I owe you an apology. Allow me to correct my mistake.
Well, bye-bye again.
You monsters! Give him back to me! Give him back!
Let's see how this goes. Ooh. I imagine the whiplash from that hurt.
When you first came to me, I did pity you. But it is clear now that your selfishness and arrogance have led you astray.
What did you do to me?
I have made you immortal.
Immortal?
How?
You cannot die. You cannot be with your beloved.
So long as this world turns, you shall walk its face.
Oh, they're punishing
You
her
must
for her
learn
what
the
she did.
importance of life and death. Only then may you rest.
Salem was a prisoner once again. Her fruitless attempts to reunite with Ozma eventually became nothing more than acts of spite and defiance against the gods.
Yeah, she's trying everything so she could be with her love, and that
Perhaps
isn't
the
working.
gods were not as powerful as they seemed. She had lied to them, turned them against one another. They were fallible. If she were to turn humanity against light and darkness, she could rid herself of their curse. Or at the very least, she could make them suffer. Salem traveled from one kingdom to another, telling tales of how she stole immortality from the gods, welcomed any swordsman to cut her down, and demonstrated her powers. With the kings and queens in awe, she pulled
Now I
them deeper into her
see.
scheme. She painted them pictures of a time when they would no longer have to watch their loved ones wither and die, when they could claim the powers of their creators for themselves, and in turn perfect their own design.
And this is how it goes.
Was destroy their old masters. The gods had hoped that Salem would learn from her eternal curse.
Nope.
And
It
she
did the opposite.
She learned that the hearts of men are easily swayed.
She did the opposite.
Who has led you down this path?
Her. Nope. You ain't digging that as easy.
Gift to them, used against me.
And boom. Holy moly, did he envelop the entire world? What about all the people who were innocent in all this?
No. No.
You thought there was no greater punishment we could bestow upon you?
I'll come back. I'll tell the rest of the world of this massacre. Build a new army.
You do not understand.
It's not
There
gonna
is
work.
No one left. You are all that remains of humanity.
Holy cow, why did you do
This
that?
planet was a beautiful experiment, but it is merely a remnant of what it once was.
Remnant.
We will learn from this failure. I hope that you will learn from yours.
No. You can't leave. You can't leave.
Yes, he can.
Back!
Still demanding things of your creators.
But why kill everybody on the planet? Not all of them were like that. Oh, that explains the moon. That explains the moon. I was wondering what the heck happened to the moon. Now I know why.
Once again, Salem was alone. She cursed the gods. She cursed the universe. She cursed everything. Everything but herself. She wandered the face of the planet, awaiting a death that would never come, until fate led her back to the land of darkness. This was it. This had to be it. The Brothers Grimm, the pools of black that continued to give rise to horrific nightmares. If the Fountain of Life granted her immortality, then surely the pools of Grimm would finally take it away. I
can understand the
she
thinking.
was wrong. This force of pure destruction could not destroy a being of infinite life. Instead, it created a being of infinite life with a desire for pure destruction.
And of course, but where
And
where
in
does
time,
Ozma
she
come in
would
and all
find
this?
her adversary.
Yeah, here he is. So what happened? How does he get dragged into all this? Because he said this reincarnation thing was a punishment. How is it his punishment?
Ozma.
Oh, here we go. I'm about to get my answer.
Where am I?
We are between realms. I'm afraid a tragedy has befallen your home at the hands of my brother. We have chosen to depart this world, but in our absence, I would like to offer you the chance to return to it.
I don't understand.
Mankind is no more, yet your world remains. And in time, your kind will grow to walk its face once again.
How?
However, without our presence, they will be but a fraction of what they once were.
Well, yeah.
Creation, destruction, choice, and knowledge were the ideals upon which humanity was made.
Yeah, those
Now,
are the...
I leave them behind with the hope that you may learn to remake yourselves. If brought together, these 4 relics will summon my brother and I back to your world. And humanity
That's why Salem wants them!
will be judged. If your kind has learned to live in harmony with one another and set aside their differences, then we shall once again live among you, and humanity will be made whole again. But if your kind is unchanged, if you demand our blessings while still fighting amongst yourselves, then man will be found irredeemable, and your world will be wiped from existence. Until your task is complete, you will reincarnate, but in a manner that ensures you are never alone.
Yeah,
I'm
that
sorry,
explains
but
it.
that world just isn't as dear to me without her. If I may, I'd rather return to the afterlife to see Salem.
You will not find her there.
Yeah, she's not
You
dead.
mean she isn't gone?
Salem lives, but the woman you hold dear in your memories is gone.
Gone, yes. She's
Heed this warning.
not there anymore.
Where you seek comfort, you will only find pain. So, will you...
I'll do it.
Very well. Our creation rests within your hands.
Good luck.
And so, Ozma was reborn.
Okay, some of this now starts to make sense. This is why... Wait, so did he tell Salem why... What will happen when the relics are gathered together? If so, that would explain why she wants them so badly. And it would also explain why he locked them away, because he knew that until humanity was at the point it needed to be, they couldn't be brought together. Because if it did, and they weren't ready, all of humanity would go bye-bye. So, I don't know what's going to end up happening. Something is going to have to either change Salem for the better, or the world's going to have to really come together to stop her, or something's going to have to happen, or else humanity is doomed either way. Let's continue.
Where am I?
There we go.
Thank you. Please, tell me your name. Who are you?
Ozma.
He didn't know.
Ozma had found himself in a world completely unfamiliar to him. Cities looked different. Creatures known as the Faunus bore fangs and claws and were locked away in cages. And without the blessing of the gods, no one could perform magic like mankind was once capable of. No one but himself and a woman known as
Salem.
the Witch.
Ooh.
During his years of travel, he heard the same frightened whispers that spoke of a terrifying sorceress who commanded dark powers in the wilds among the beasts and monsters. Ozma was convinced that this witch was Salem.
It makes me
and
wonder
decided
something.
he needed to see what she had become.
Does she recognize him? Is the question. Oh, she does!
Call it magic or call it something stronger. But in that moment, the two knew exactly who it was that stood before them.
Yep.
What do we do now?
Whatever we like.
Back, Amanda,
As
back
Salem
then.
and Ozma recounted the events which had brought them back together, each withheld parts of their story. Salem, fearing Ozma would reject her, blamed the end of the world on the gods. Ozma, still unsure of where the truth lay, kept his task and the relics a secret.
Good.
Though
Smart
time
idea.
passed and all seemed well, Ozma's conversation with the god of light still lingered in his mind. He had found happiness, but humanity seemed more divided than ever before.
Are you surprised? This world is quite literally godless. These humans have no one to guide them. Perhaps that's all they need.
What
Maybe.
are you saying?
We could become the gods of this world. Our powers surpass all others. Our souls transcend death. We can mold these lands into whatever we want. What you want. Create the paradise that the old gods could not.
The hearts of men
That depends on what you want.
are easily swayed.
Yeah, that was the bad thing. Yep. I knew this wasn't a good idea. Oh, that was creepy. Here we go. This is what I remember reading about.
The two amassed a following. That following grew into a prosperous kingdom. And at the head of that kingdom blossomed a family.
Aww. Aww. But it's not going well.
Are we sure this is right?
You said we needed to bring humanity together. In order to do that, we have to spread our word and destroy those who will deny it.
That's not how it goes. It's only gonna
What are
breed
we
more
doing?
violence.
This isn't what he asked of me.
What did you say?
Mother! Father! Look!
It was a miracle.
Aww.
Their children could perform magic.
Well, I
But
guess
what should have been a joyous occasion was short-lived. Ozma told Salem everything.
Okay,
The
he
true
did tell
reason
her.
the God of Light had brought him back, the relics that lay scattered around the world, and the day of judgment he had been told to prepare for.
Don't you see? None of that matters anymore. Why spend our lives trying to redeem these humans when we can replace them with what they could never be?
Huh? I'm guessing he didn't like that.
Mommy?
Uh-oh. Not good! You should've... Yeah, y'all are seeing what had happened. So now this essentially is Ozpin's greatest regret. And let me guess, the kids didn't survive.
We finally have freedom.
Didn't even give him a chance to answer.
Thus began a long and painful cycle of death and rebirth for Ozma. Some lives were spent in mourning. Many were spent attempting to forget it all. But no matter what, his mind would eventually turn back to the task he had been burdened with.
And a very
and as the
big
centuries
burden.
went on, Ozma began to learn the importance of living with the souls with which he had been paired. But no matter where or how he lived, her presence was always felt. If humanity were ever to stand a chance of being united, one thing was clear.
He had to destroy Salem.
He had to.
Knowing he could never rid the world of her through any mortal means, Ozma sought out the power of the relics. Armed with my knowledge, he believed he could fulfill his promise to the God of Light.
And that's essentially all he's been doing.
Where are the other relics?
He asked me his questions.
What powers do they possess?
And though I gave him my answers,
How do I destroy Salem?
not all of them were to his liking. You can't.
She's immortal. And that's everything. Oh. I mean, I can understand why he would keep this from everybody, because you really do not want this information to get out. That if you get all the relics together and the gods find that humanity has not done good, their species is, well, doomed. If I end up missing anything important, please tell me, and I will see everybody next time. Hello everybody, this is Yoko Cinema Reactions, and well, we just got a lot of information dumped on us. Let's see how the others handle this. My blind reaction to RWBY Volume 6, Chapter 4 will start in 3, 2, 1. I don't think some of them are going to take it well. Though, I can kind of understand them keeping some of that from everybody, because he doesn't want anybody else to have to deal with this burden, but considering what's going on, kind of can't really keep it from them anymore.
Stay close, move fast. The darkness cannot last. No hope, no path. But we got a dream to catch, and we cannot wait. Trust the way we're made. The sparrows born to fly. The mountain tower. The river knows to reach the sea. Rain will help the flowers be. We're the same, you and me. Lightning doesn't take advice from anyone. The wheel of time beneath the learn to say. A sun sees day. We'll find our way, and we'll get the dream together someday soon. Rising like the
Let's see how the others react to this new information that they
Salem
just
can't
got.
be killed. You all heard her too, right?
Yeah, she's literally immortal.
There was so much you hadn't told us. How could you think that was okay?
How did you expect him to tell you all that,
Professor?
though?
What is your plan to defeat Salem?
I don't have one.
Ooh! Crow, wow.
No one wanted me. I was cursed. I gave my life to you because you gave me a place in this world. I thought I was finally doing some good.
But you are.
Meeting you was the worst luck of my life.
Ooh.
Maybe you're right.
What happened?
He's gone.
That bastard! Tell him we're not done yet!
No, this is different. He's gone. It's like he's locked himself deep inside my head. Our head? I hate this. I want it to stop.
He just left us?
What are we gonna do now?
Enough! We need to get a move on.
Can't
It'll
be
be
standing
dark
around here.
before we know it, and every one of you is spewing negativity. There's a trail over there. Trails usually lead somewhere.
Lady, I don't know who you think you are, but...
No buts!
Listen to
I
your elders right
understand
now.
that you're upset. Honestly, I'm still coming to terms with the fact that this is humanity's second time around. But if we don't move, we die. And I'll be damned if I've lived this long just to die out here in the cold.
You guys can all argue about this
she's
later.
right. Come on.
Yeah, like I said, this is a lot to take in.
I'm just going to be another one of his lives, aren't I?
Of course not. You're your own person.
Don't lie to him, Ruby. We're better than that.
It depends on what Aspen thinks. Okay, so this isn't in another world, it's just on the other side of the world or something. Wait, who's driving that thing? The doctor guy? So why does she want the relic? Does she want to destroy humanity?
Welcome back, welcome back. I do hope you missed us as much as we missed you.
Let's go.
Speaking of which, where is our fall maiden?
He's psychotic.
Emerald,
Ignore
come
him.
Don't tell me something happened to her.
He wants to get a rise out of you. Just ignore him.
I will cut off more than just your tail.
Thank you.
Careful, little girl. Cinder isn't here to protect you anymore.
Back off, freak.
Yeah, he is a freak.
Oh, don't misunderstand. I am in mourning just as you.
I
Because
doubt
it appears you failed our queen. And that is a tragedy.
Wait, where did he get this cut on his cheek? Was that Salem's doing? This guy is psychotic, I will say that. Yeah, nobody wants to deal with this guy. And I don't blame him.
I would like you to explain to me how it is you failed so spectacularly.
The Fauna's militia split our forces.
Stop.
Wrong.
Let me rephrase the question. Who is responsible for your defeat?
I take full responsibility.
But that wouldn't be fair now, would it?
Oh.
We all know who's truly to blame.
I don't...
Hey, hey, hey! You just said it's not...
Emerald. I want you to tell me whose fault this was.
Cinder's fault? She's terrified. And I don't blame her.
We failed because of Cinder.
That's right. I want you to understand that failure. I want you to understand why Cinder must be left to toil in her isolation until she redeems herself.
Okay, so they can't go after her. Okay.
You mean...
She's alive.
She's alive.
Yes.
You're joking. How could you know that?
Are you questioning our divine savior?
Just asking a question.
Of course not. Forgive me.
It's important not to lose sight of what drives us. Love, justice, reverence.
Coming from the Lady of Darkness.
But the moment
That's rich.
you put your desires before my own, they will be lost to you. This isn't a threat. This is simply the truth. The path to your desires is only found through me.
Oh, really? What's everybody else's desires? We know that he wants to get revenge on Ozpin, but what about the others?
And so we must press on. The sword under Vacuo's academy, Shade.
Ma'am. I have more to report. Crow and the children are taking the lamp to Atlas.
Not if I can help it.
And they're being led by Ozpin.
So soon?
He's the only man with a chance of getting through to Ironwood. If that
Uh-oh,
happens...
yeah, be careful, guys. She is gonna get mad. Yeah, careful what you say, Hazel. That's her silent fury.
Leave. Your Grace, I...
Leave! Your best option is to stay alive. Just go.
Come on.
Go. It's your only way of staying alive at this point. I'm not rooting for the villains, I'm just telling them self-preservation is the key. Yeah, he's still alive. You should know better than to believe that he is dead completely. He told you that he is gonna reincarnate until he completes his task. He wasn't joking.
It doesn't look like this is gonna let up.
I just want to get this stupid relic to Atlas. Let's hope we don't have to walk all the way there.
I thought trails led somewhere.
Do you have nothing better to do than to harass a defenseless old lady?
Everyone quiet. Do you hear that?
Sounds like a gate or a swing or something. Gate! An old house. That's what that noise is. This is the gate. You guys can stay in there for the night.
Well, at least one good thing happened today. It looks abandoned.
It's still better than this.
Come on. I think we could all use some rest.
Definitely. But yeah, don't get mad at Oscar. It's Ozpin you're married at. Oscar had nothing to do with it. He's sadly the vessel at the moment. But yeah, I figured that they would not react well to this. But to be completely fair, how did they expect him to tell you guys that whole story? Not time-wise, but whether it was a good idea. Because essentially, this is humanity's last chance. If they fail, humanity as a whole is all doomed. I don't know if that includes Faunus, but yeah. Let me know what you guys think of this. Was he right to keep this from them for the time being? Or was he wrong? And give your reasons, please. And I will see everybody next time.